Bringing you coverage of the final Arabian horse race of the 2023 season at Sam Houston Race Park in Texas, the Wathba Stallions Cup maiden race at 5.5 furlongs over a sloppy track. I'm Jonathan Horowitz. Thank you for tuning into the Arabian Jockey Club Facebook page. A field of 10 and the first look that we'll see at the next generation of American-bred Arabian racehorses, with 3 of the 10 being 3-year-olds making their debut. Horses are on the track, the 10 horses represented by 9 different stallions. There are the 3 3-year-olds, 4 first-time starters, and half of the field are fillies and mares. Number 1 is WMA Northwind, oldest in the field at 6 years old, most experienced, 17th lifetime start for WMA Northwind. Number 2, Color Me Gone MHF, sired by former Horse of the Year So Big Is Better, second career start for this 5-year-old. Number 3, the first of 5 fillies or mares, Vazilla SB by Gorilla, who was a former UAE President Cup winner. First-time starter, number 4, Wiki Speedia, sired by Rathawan out of Vikings Delight, a half-sister to former Darley champion 3-year-old Coulter Gelding, born to Boogie MC. The 3-year-old WMA Wild Roses, and the 3-year-old WMA Atlas, numbers 5 and 6 for owner-trainer Rita De Leon, the first offspring to race by the sire, RB Wildcard. Number 7 is RB BESSTER, second and third in her last 2 races. Number 8, CONSEQUENTLY, is sired by 5-time Group 1 winner No Risk Almori, Group 1 winner in the UK and the UAE. Number 9, RB AFTERBURN, a 3-year-old, first offspring by the stallion RB Burn, and a half-brother to multiple Darley champions out of the dam, Rich Kinka. And number 10, the mare My Dandelion MHF, who's sired by Nishan, and coming off a run in the Texas Yellow Rose, won by RS Jewel Crown. A field of 10, and of the stallions that are represented, Nishan, the stallion of My Dandelion MHF, a former second-place finisher in the Kahala Classic, the 2011 Kahala Classic. Third in that race was No Risk Almori, and No Risk Almori is the stallion of number 8, CONSEQUENTLY. So those 2 great racehorses who ran against each other in the 2011 Dubai Kahala Classic now have offspring against each other in this maiden race. And Nishan himself was a Group 1 winner 3 times in the Al Maktoum Challenge Round 3 in 2011, 2012, and 2013. RB Burn, the stallion of RB Afterburn, was the winner of the 2016 Sheikh Zayed Jewel Crown and the 2017 Liwa Oasis in the UAE, both Group 1 races. Began his career in the final maiden race of the season as a 3-year-old back in 2015 at Sam Houston, and now his first son to race in the United States, RB Afterburn, will try and do what his dad did, and his mom, the dam Rich Kinka, is the dam of former Darley champion 3-year-old RB Kinky and RB Kinetic, former 3-year-old filly champions, and former Coulter Gelding champion RB Bradley Nelson. Now for the stallion RB Wildcard, the sire of number 5 WMA Wild Roses and number 6 WMA Atlas, he is having his first offspring to race in the United States, and he broke his maiden at Sam Houston 5 years ago to the day, April 7th, 2018. And now his first offspring, the filly WMA Wild Roses, who's out of WMA Kentucky Tiki, and the colt WMA Atlas, who's out of Atlantis, will be making their debuts in this race. This is WMA Wild Roses. A sloppy track for this final Arabian race of the season at Sam Houston, the 2023 season, highlighted by stakes performances for the 4-year-olds in the Texas Yellow Rose and Texas 6-shooter, the 4-year-olds RS Jewel Crown and Diamond Gem AA were stakes winners. Those races, the Yellow Rose and the 6-shooter for 4 and 5-year-olds. But what a strong 4-year-old class that we have for this year in Arabian horse racing. And then for the older horses, the Darley Sprint and the Darley Distaff, the Darley Sprint went to Quicksand AA over stablemate Diamond Gem AA, and RS Jewel Crown was the winner of the Darley Distaff, defeating RB Blair Hope, whom she had beaten in the Texas Yellow Rose in the race prior. Now, the attention for the Arabian racing scene in the United States will turn to the biggest race of the year, the lone Grade 1 on the calendar, and that is the UAE President Cup to take place at the Preakness on May 20th. Grade 1, mile and a 16th, $100,000 purse. The race won last year by Hiab Al-Zaman, whose purple silks are being carried by number 4 Wikispedia in her debut in this race for breeders and owners Sue and Jim Meyer of Meyer Crest Arabians, and trainer Christian Castro has brought the horse out from his home base in Fair Hill for Wikispedia to make her debut and to potentially then run in the UAE President Cup. And that's what Hiab Al-Zaman did back in 2021. He had a maiden race at Sam Houston, was still green, went to the race at the Preakness and finished in 5th, and that experience set him up for what he would become later in the year as a multiple graded stakes winner and eventually the horse of the year, and then go on to win the UAE President Cup last year. Now the horses are loading in the gate, and here's the 3-year-old WMA Atlas, and first time on race day, a different routine for these 3-year-olds. Now, all of the horses before they race have been gate schooled, but there's that different routine that you have on race day, a lot more energy, and the jockey Alfredo Contreras hopping off for a moment. WMA Atlas goes in, and now Alfredo will climb back aboard. Here's RB BESSTER, who loads, has been very close to breaking her maiden last time out, 2nd and 3rd in her 2 races that took place this year. Big field of 10 lining up. And they'll go 5 1/2 furlongs. Final Arabian horse race for the 2023 season at Sam Houston. After this in Texas, the next meet will be Retama Park. That's the home of the Texas Arabian Derby and Texas Arabian Oaks. And then at the end of the year, Lone Star Park, the home of the juvenile stakes races, which some of these 3-year-olds may point to, as well as the Arabian Stallion Stakes. There's also a new 3-year-old race on the calendar in the United States, the Firecracker Stakes races, to take place at Retama. They were introduced as overnight races last year and now going into the stakes schedule. The 3-year-old RB Afterburn to load in the colors of Rosebrook Farm, Darley champion trainer Jeronesto Torres, and Darley champion jockey Ernesto Valdez Jimenez. The reigning Darley champion jockey is Enardis Rodriguez, who's aboard RB BESSTER. This race, part of the Wathba Stallions Cup Series, presented by the Sheikh Mansoor bin Zayed Al Nahyan Racing Festival. Races in the Wathba Stallions Cup Series taking place all around the world. A recent race taking place in Italy. And thank you to the Wathba Stallions Cup for presenting this final Arabian horse race of the 2023 season at Sam Houston. And the field is just about set. Nick Tammaro to bring them home from Sam Houston in the final Arabian horse race of the 2023 season.
My Dandelion MHF. Half in. And now ready to roll. Paul Stutz set to grab the button. Once we load up Color Me Gone MHF. Color Me Gone MHF is now in. All set. And they're on their way at Sam Houston. WMA Atlas hopped at the start. RB Afterburn was out awkwardly. On the outside, it was a good start for My Dandelion MHF. Vizilla SV has speed. WMA Wild Roses is in the mix as well. And down to the inside, WMA North Wind now comes on through to grab the lead. It's WMA North Wind over WMA Wild Roses. RB Afterburn, after that awkward start, is advancing on the outside. My Dandelion MHF is in the mix, 3 wide. Just in behind, RB BESSTER is 5th. Vizilla SV has lost ground after a good start, passed by Consequently, a length and a half to Color Me Gone MHF, who's 2 in front of Wikipedia and a long way back to WMA Atlas as they make their way down the side of the track. RB Afterburn has wrested a short lead from My Dandelion MHF. Here comes RB Bester with a 3-wide push, Consequently waiting in the wings past the quarter pole. It's up to these 4 as we've got less than 2 furlongs to go. My Dandelion MHF on the inside of RB Afterburn. RB Bester has angled out and Consequently on the grandstand side is gobbling up the slop. It's RB Afterburn in front of length, but here comes Consequently gaining with each and every stride, time ticking away. RB Afterburn holding sway, leading a length and a half. Consequently on the outside is second and will do no better than that. RB Afterburn wins. Consequently, then RB Bester, My Dandelion MHF was 4th.
Well, that's a promising debut for RB Afterburn, sired by RB Burn out of the dam Rich Kinka in this Wathba Stallions Cup maiden race to close out the 2023 season at Sam Houstan Race Park. Broke a bit green, a 3-year-old in his first career start, but then got into a rhythm under jockey Ernesto Valdez Jimenez and was able to get the win, a significant win, because he represents the first horse to race in the United States by RB Burn, and continuing the great line that has been produced by the dam Rich Kinka. Looking in the home stretch, number 9, RB Afterburn with the lead. Good run at the end from number 8, Consequently, the son of No Risk Almori, who has his best finish in 7 lifetime starts, finishing in second as a 21-1 long shot. Number 7, RB Bester, third for a first and third place performance by Rosebrook Farm and trainer Jerenesto Torres. And finishing in 4th place, number 10, My Dandelion MHF, followed by Color Me Gone MHF, and then the first-time starter, Wikipedia. RB Afterburn going to get his picture taken for the first time and emulating his sire, RB Burn, who won the final maiden race of the Sam Houstan season back in 2015, and then went from the United States to race for Sheikh Sultan bin Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan in France, and then in the UAE. Had an illustrious career. Group 1 wins the 2016 Sheikh Zayed Jewel Crown, the 2017 Liwa Oasis, and then runner-up in both the Kahela Classic and the Sheikh Zayed Jewel Crown in 2017. So RB Afterburn, the winner on debut, with Ernesto Valdez Jimenez in the saddle, over Consequently, RB Bester, and My Dandelion MHF. That'll do it for the Arabian racing season at Sam Houstan Race Park in 2023. Follow the Arabian Jockey Club Facebook page leading up to next month's UAE President Cup to take place at the Preakness Stakes at Pimlico, and then it'll be back to Texas for the season at Retama Park outside of San Antonio. And then Lone Star Park at Grand Prairie outside of Dallas will be where the Arabian racing season in Texas finishes for 2023. You can follow the Texas Arabian Breeders Association social media. And also thank you to the Sheikh Mansoor bin Zayed Al Nahyan Racing Festival for presenting this race as a Wathba Stallions Cup race. We'll have coverage of the Arabian racing from the United States and around the world on the Arabian Jockey Club Facebook page. I'm Jonathan Horowitz. You're watching the first 3-year-old to win in 2023, RB Afterburn. And we will see you at the races.